Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and my friends, today we have a look at Super Baby 2 for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So there was another installment of the Dragon Ball FighterZ show, and this episode was all about just showcasing what is Super Baby 2 and what can he do, and it turns out, hey, he can do a lot. So with that said, in this video we're just going to be going over everything and just take it from there, and of course when the character launches we can get a lot more in depth. So I suppose let's start at the start and let's have a look at his normals. So first up, because I know a lot of you guys lose your mind about this all the time, yes, he has a low hitting down light. Now the one thing to note here that's a little bit odd about it, the startup is a little bit more intense than the usual down light. It's actually 11 frame startup versus the usual 7 to 8 frame flare, but it also moves forward a little bit while he's doing it, and it does chain into itself. And the chained in version actually starts up a little bit quicker as well. But yes, long story short, low hitting down light, you're welcome. Super Baby has the slow boy stand light, so 7 frames instead of 6. Reminds me a lot actually of Android 16's in a way. He does move forward a little bit, so the range is actually a lot more than what it visually appears, thanks to him moving forward as well. His auto combo ender is a true grab, so like say Majin Buu, and will have all the same applicable gimmicks. Down M seems a little bit poor. The range is not very good, considering it is 13 frame startup, but it's not god awful, it just seems a little bit subpar. Stand M is actually quite interesting, as it has a lot of range. Now it is very slow startup, as you can see, 17 frame startup, right? But the range makes up for it in that, in my opinion. Also, it's barely negative on block. It's only -1 on block. So when it comes to like your stagger game potential, this is generally where it's going to be focused. As something with only -1 on block, well then you really got to start guessing if he's going to keep going or just restart the string combos, right? So in block strings, like as it stands, maybe not so great because it's slow, but just in terms of raw neutral, because it goes so far forward, and the fact it's only -1 on block, I think there's a lot of potential there. His down H, fairly standard fare. It is also special cancelable. It leaves you airborne, so you can cancel into an airborne special. His stand H, so this is 2 hits, and it has a lot of corner carry. As before it even blows you back, he'll be traveling across the screen. So say similar to Ultra Instinct Goku. So if you're just looking to get the people to the corner, be it by normal means or by rejump, as that's very possible as well, then this is definitely a go-to. His jump medium also very similar to Android 16, it's just like a stand light, and therefore very easy to cross up with. His jump heavy, very unique actually, as it actually knocks you up on hit. So every other jump heavy in the game basically would just leave you grounded, right? Him, it actually launches. And due to the arc, it also might have some very interesting potential for like Oki or safe jumps, so that'll have to be explored later on, I guess, but I dig it. Aerial down heavy is this guy right here, and basically functionality wise it works like Cooler or Cell, as it knocks you away towards the corner rather than just straight up. So not too much more to it than that, but you know, basic combo structure stuff, right? On to command normals. This is forward and key blast, and this is like your E-Honda 100 hand slaps, except as key blast. So interesting here, and obviously a lot of combo potential, very easy to hit confirm for advantage, that kind of stuff. The one thing they didn't mention is what kind of key blast level this counts as. Like, can you super dash through this or not? Don't know right now, but still, a lot of screen control. Now, this is his basic key blast, and it's a doozy. So you just have the button once. It's always a multi-shot, apparently, so you don't got to hold or anything like that. And here's the thing. On its face, it works just like what you saw, right? You shoot, and the shots come out. However, if any of those shots were to miss, it'll boomerang back and hit you in the back of the head. So you really have to watch out for that. So effectively, you have 2 goes at bat. The initial shot, and if any of them whiff, then they have to worry about the incoming additional key blast. Now, if for whatever reason you block as Super Baby, or if you get hit, then they're not going to boomerang back, so that's the thing. However, defensively, if you reflect, that's still okay. But yeah, just in terms of screen control, this is pretty crazy because you get 2 goes. You get your initial shot, and if it didn't come through, well, then you just might get another. So this guy here is forward and S, and this is basically the same idea, except much better for the Ki Blast. So the Ki Blast will always return now. It doesn't matter if it hit or got blocked or whatever, it's still coming back. So that is, well, there's a lot of potential there, both for neutral and for combos. And also, apparently, as I described it, it's like, say, Nappa or Broly, in that it has enhanced Ki Strength, meaning it should blow through regular Ki Blasts as well. As this all described, expect this to be one of the cornerstone moves of the character. Then we have the down S series, so Acid, Rain, Hidden Missiles, whatever you want to call it, right? So if you hit down, down back, or down forward and S, then you will shoot up into the sky and they'll come crashing down, and depending on which version of down you did, basically that is the angle. If you aim it down back, it'll land right back on your head, down mid-screen, down forward, towards the end of the screen. So they all got their particular ranges. Absolutely looking also to be one of the stronger aspects of the character, just because of the amount of screen it controls. For specials, quarter circle forward S is a basic beam attack, nothing more to say than that. It's a little higher up, so it can catch people jumping a little better, I guess. However, on the flip, it also might whiff on smaller crouching characters, although they didn't show that off. Going forward to quarter circle back NS, this is very interesting. So think of this as like a turbocharged version of Yamcha's uppercut. So it has the air invincible property, meaning aerial attack, super dash, all that. It can beat it out, and also launches the projectiles on top of the actual hit. And those projectiles are like the forward S projectile, in that they are higher priority, and they will also always return after the hit connects or not, right? So no matter what, you shoot it and it will boomerang back. So if you're looking to catch super dashes, just like as shown, you'll get it, and then you'll get a little bit of pressure afterwards as well. So just a very strong move, seemingly. Also probably with assists, incredible combo potential. Down L in the air is basically a dive kick. It's going to be a main way to end your combos, as it will always grant a sliding knockdown, whereas some of his other stuff just might not. As we went over, jump H is a little bit weird. But that said, good for combo enders. They didn't say if it's actually an overhead or not, so not sure about that. But otherwise, it's basically combo fodder. Quarter circle forward, light, medium, and heavy is basically a power dunk. So he'll just kind of teleport up into the air and then dunk you on your head. The medium version specifically was called out as having the smash property, meaning you can combo after the fact, like say similar to Bardock. But generally speaking, this is going to be one of your big combo fodder moves as shown on screen. You can definitely get a lot out of it. Quarter circle back, light, medium, and heavy. More Android 16 DNA shown here, because we basically got the leaping anti-air grab. And yes, it does have some of that anti-air property as well. And the EX version is frame 1 invincible against air attacks. So if you're panicking and looking to punish, say, any kind of super dash or even like a setup, right? If it's a frame 1 anti-air, that means it can even get out of certain safe jump setups. And then since it leaves you air okay, you can dash out of the corner, that kind of stuff. And hey, he just spins you and dunks you, so the animation looks great. Maybe not a lot of recombo potential, but useful in all the ways it's useful for Android 16, and also say Vegito has something very similar. And the showstopper, so he can steal dead characters from another team. This is down, down, light, medium, and heavy. Light calls the A assist, medium calls the B assist, and heavy calls the C assist, and heavy being an EX will cost you half a bar, but also the startup's a fair bit quicker. So how this works is whoever the most recent dead character is, this is the one you're pulling assists from. So if both characters are dead, whichever one died last, that is the one you're pulling your assist from. This is also air okay, by the way, so you can steal all sorts of stuff. How strong it is basically how strong is the assist you stole, right? Someone with like a beam or just, some sort of crazy tracking C assist will definitely be a lot stronger than, some of the more unfortunate assists in the game. But still, regardless, just having it on demand, it's fantastic. And there will be all sorts of gimmicks, mix-ups, tricks, all that to come in the future, depending on the assist you have. We just gotta wait and see. For his supers, he only has one level 1, and honestly, level 1's as basic gets. He basically just kind of shoots a downwards beam at you. That's about it. Does seem to cause a sliding knockdown though, so that is handy. He has 2 level 3s. This is the first one right here. So basically think of it like a spirit bomb kind of deal, although not fancy like the extra high damage like base Goku's or anything like that, or the crazy old Oki days of GT Goku. It's just there to do a fair chunk of damage. Now that said, this is also your DHC super, your tag super. So if you get tagged and do level 3, this is the one you're doing. Just seems to do your hit, you're good. Also, it's plus 42. So you should be able to get some decent pressure on wake up, some mix-ups or gimmicks. We'll figure that out once he releases. And finally, what you've been waiting for, at the very least what I've been waiting for as, you know, the monkey man of the fighting game community, Big Monkey Form, his other level 3. So this guy here does a lot of damage. Specifically, even when scaled at the end of the combo, the damage was listed as doing 1997, so 1997 damage. Which means it's in the upper scale, so think more like Spirit Bomb rather than a normal level 3. Here's the thing though, since it's not a tag super, you can't go easily into it, and there's no animation at all if you're not directly beside the enemy. So it is a lot more damage than the average level 3 on demand. However, you're basically going to have to work for it, as comboing into it might not be the easiest. But that said, hey, looks fantastic, and it's not the only one. So, like GT Goku, he has a powered up form of the move. So now we're still turning into a big monkey, to be sure, but now we're going to do a Gallic gun instead, and just blast you with golden monkey Gallic guns. This also does appropriately more damage, and the power up is very similar to GT Goku. All you have to do is just have a character dead on the team, right? So as long as you don't have all 3 characters, you'll get this version instead of the other version, and the minimum damage on this is just an inch higher. It is 2021 damage. Suffice to say, since he has this kind of super on deck and he can combo into himself, but you have to figure out the routes, his damage is gonna be higher than normal, because these moves are more like Chaozu and Spirit Bomb than your average level 3 fare. Moving to the assists, hey, we all need assists, right? So his A assist is his basic Ki Blast, so his Stand S. But the thing is, it keeps the same property that his Stand S has. So if any of those hits were to somehow whiff, then they will indeed whiff around, turn around, boomerang, and come hit the enemy in the back of the head. His B assist is his ground pound special. Now what makes this, well, special is it actually tracks like a C assist would, despite the fact it's a B assist. So if the enemy is up in the air, he will meet you up in the air, wherever you are. So as far as like recombo stuff goes, probably pretty strong. Now in terms of like neutral usage, we'll see how good that tracking is, but it is pretty cool. And his C assist is the beam. So as far as beam assists go, it's definitely on the slower end. So definitely not like Kid Buu, more like Super Broly, right? And due to the fact that it's high up, it could be good or it could cause some problems. We'll see, I guess, but that is what it is. So that's the big look at just what Super Baby 2 is capable of, at least as far as his basic moveset. There's also some showcases of just, you know, some combo potential. I highly suggest you guys have a look at it. The stream, there'll be a VOD or replay of it. And as it stands, he looks like a very interesting character. He's more about screen control and just filling the screen with garbage more than he is like a mix-up style character. When it comes to mix-ups, from what we've seen, like, he can do like some, right? Like every Dragon Ball character can mix you up a little bit, but he's more about just controlling the screen, and I find that very interesting personally. Also, for those of you hoping for a big balance patch, I'm sorry to say it's not happening. There will be a patch. It's mostly bug fixes. One specific nerf about Master Roshi, which is whatever, because, you know, they didn't nerf UI Goku, so, you know, whatever you think about that, well, there you go. We might talk about that more a bit in the future. But yeah, so as it stands, hey, Super Baby 2 is coming out this week as the time of me making this video, and he looks really fun. That's what matters the most. Is he going to be top tier, bottom tier? I got a hazard guess he's definitely going to be a stronger character, because the amount of screen control he can put out is not something you can sneeze off. But other than that, hey, well, I guess that's the end of the video. So look forward to this channel. We'll have Super Baby 2 combos, guides, all that kind of stuff. And other than that, my friends, I guess we're at the end of this video. So hey, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video's found you well. go out and play some Dragon Ball.
Yeah.